Hello, everyone. Welcome back to a little bit of a show that I call Fight Me. Mr. Justin Wong, how's it going? I watched you play in, I think, 3 different tournaments for Guilty Gear alone. How's the tournament life going? I feel like you're
There's
adding on tournaments every single day.
there's so many tournaments, man. There's tournaments all the time. Yeah, I mean, you could see there's just Guilty Gear Strive tournaments everywhere. But we've been good. We've been throwing some Totsugekis, and just trying to learn more. I've been in the lab even more, just trying to figure out new advanced strategies to add it to my gameplay. And that's kind of what we did. I feel pretty happy about it.
Okay. I saw your like dust combo that floats through the wall and then slams in. You'll have to show that. I don't think I'm ready for it, but I saw you do it, and it was kind of
Yeah,
impressive. It seems kind of
it's
situational though.
Yeah, it's more of like using your tension meter to use so I do think in the future of the game, blue roaming cancel is gonna be like a very big thing.
Yeah.
So I've been adding that more into my gameplay, and yeah, I was able to add it, and I was pretty happy about that because it's something that I was practicing a lot in training mode, but I haven't added to my game. So that then, like I said, like anytime I go play online match and I have something that I practice a lot in training mode, my whole goal is just try to make sure that I'm aware enough to land those specific things I practice. And that's kind of what I did. So now it's more into my game, and I'm pretty happy about it.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I watched a handful of tournaments too. Soul seems pretty strong. I'm seeing a lot of crazy
So,
Soul players and a lot of chips as well. Chips are out there in force.
yeah, I would say right now the top 5 characters probably is you're going to see a lot of Soul, a lot of Ram, May, Chip, and then the 5th character is up to debate. But personally, I think it's Leo.
Leo. Okay.
So yeah, I think those are the top 5 at the moment until the game develops even more DLC patches. But yeah, I mean the game's going very well. It's like evolving very well the meta, and then like even you like from last week to this week, you can do your combos.
I can do
You got the
combos
wall
now.
break.
That is true. That is true. Did you remake the room? I've been trying to join it here before we swap into the
Yeah,
actual
I'm
game.
about to remake the room
Okay.
actually.
Yeah, I'm having some connectivity issues. I think too many people are still playing this game. Uh,
That's good.
almost every single day when I get in to try to do a couple of matches and grind it out, it says like, you can't do this. There's too many games happening or something like that.
Yeah, all right. Enter another code.
So let's see if I can get in on that one. But yeah, the past week has been good. I started doing the combo, I would say, honestly, pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think it's one thing to do it in stream for the first time when like fucking Justin Wong is sitting here telling you how to do it, right? And it's another thing to like sit down in your own room, peaceful off stream and like practice, right? Like just straight up practice.
Yeah. The one
Um,
thing I noticed that I was really impressed when I was just watching your videos and clips of your matches
yeah.
um, is you were implementing overhead roaming cancel and it did come from there.
Yes. So that
That was really good.
honestly, that is, I just failed to connect again. Jesus. The overhead red Roman cancel is easier for me to combo in or compared to the close strike down heavy.
Yeah.
I think it's because they're like with the overhead into red Roman, it's like, will this connect? Oh, it connected. I can do it. Oh, they have burst. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna back away now. But if I walk up and like close strike heavy down or down heavy after that, there's like nerves of like, if they block this, I don't know what to do, right? Like I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I'm not sure what the next thing to do is. And so
Yeah.
I've just been doing mostly because I have no other purpose at the moment for meter besides super and that red Roman cancel combo into the
No,
wall
that's good.
smash. So it
Yeah,
worked
that's
out.
good.
It worked out.
Yeah.
I definitely had issues though with some people, character wise. I sent you that long essay, I think.
I did. We're gonna go through that in a bit. We're
Yeah,
definitely gonna go through it in a bit.
yeah.
Um,
God, I still
well,
can't connect your
once
room.
you can,
Is this
it's so
normal?
weird.
Is this the?
This is pretty normal.
This is
This is
pretty
pretty
normal.
normal.
Jesus. Okay.
How about you make a room? Um,
Okay. All right. Let
maybe
me.
I'll try to join yours.
Okay. I'm stuck in communicating with servers, so whichever
Oh,
works.
okay. So then I think but yeah, going back to the fact is so when you were saying how you do close strike and then crouching heavy slash,
Yeah.
and then you don't know what to do after that, pretty much think of it as like you're doing the same thing, right? You're going into heavy dolphin or S dolphin afterwards, and it's that carry that think of that as that takes care of two scenarios: a block string, because that's a block string if they
Right.
block it, or if they get hit, you just go into the combo. So either way, it's a multi-purpose string that you should always be focusing on doing, even if it's hit or block. So even if you don't know like what to do after, like if you're saying you don't know what to do afterwards, let's say they block it, then you just it's kind of like how you normally do what you normally do afterwards when you throw a regular dolphin.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
It's just a block. Yeah, it's just a block string, and you just go back to your game plan in general and try again to land the hit again later.
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense. I sent you a room code if you want to try to join.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes.
Right.
We'll see if it connects here. But yeah, generally, so the other thing, prior to last week, I was hovering around like tower level 8/9. And yesterday I was starting at 8, and I was in a much more zen state of mind. I didn't get tilted at all. And in like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, I was in rank 10. Just like super easy, like it wasn't difficult. I didn't like get upset at anyone. I was just like, oh, I'm rank 10 now. Like I'm on floor 10.
That's good.
And then I started fighting floor
good.
10 people, and it was like, oh shit. Okay, this is a different class of human being here. These are some these are some gamers that know how to combo.
It's definitely different for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you have a list, and we're gonna go through that list, so that's gonna be great.
Yeah.
One thing I know it's gonna suck, but I think you have to remake the room to make it training mode.
Oh fuck! I didn't put training mode. You're right. You're right. God damn it.
So yeah, so let's just do
I'll
that.
do it here.
And
Yeah, we'll get it set
mode.
up, so we're good to go. Yeah. Where is that? I guess I need, because you can't go to room settings, right? You have to completely disband the room.
Yeah, you have to completely disband the room, and then when you're creating a room, there should be an option where it says like normal match, and then you can toggle to the right, and it'll say training mode.
Okay, gotcha.
A room type. It should be the second one.
Okay. Let me communicate with the server here.
Yeah. And then one thing I was watching your matches as well is that since you're using the heavy dolphins, right? I'm pretty sure you're noticing that people press buttons after the heavy dolphin. And
all
then
the time.
You just counter hit them, right?
Oh yeah.
So the one thing we're gonna try to teach you today is when you get these counter hit confirms, roaming cancel afterwards.
Oh sure, to like set up for something else.
Well, just get more, more bang for your buck.
Okay.
Right, because you get like this 2-hit, you get like heavy dolphin, and then you do like either S dolphin or like slash into S dolphin, and then that's that's all the damage you get. But you could get way more than that, right? If you have the meter, you can get way more than that.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that that will increase your win percentage as well, just because you're not gonna lose out on that much. You're not gonna lose out on potential big damage.
Sure. Okay. I sent you the code. I'll swap back over here, and we'll see if it connects in.
Yep, coming in.
Cool. Glad that was all the connection we had to do. Yeah. I saw you were. How do you do the? I know you can do
drop
this.
Kick?
Yeah. How do you do the drop kick? This is very important.
You hold down and press the button.
Okay. All right. The old drop kick. Great. Very important.
The most important thing to learn.
Yeah. Very important. Very important.
All right. So yeah, there's a lot of things I want you to get used to. Like I said, is more of the, since you already used the overhead roaming cancel, right?
Yeah.
So, example, a lot of times you come forward.
Sure.
Just come. Yeah. So a lot of times you'll land like this, right? But anytime you should just always just go into roaming cancel.
Just to see because if it connects, you can follow it up with so much.
Yeah, you get a full combo. You can do a wall combo again.
Yeah.
Right, and even if they block, you can still continue your pressure. Either way, it's still your turn.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you need.
Sure. I definitely, one thing I did not practice is now I even forgot how to do it. That I did not practice the like phantom blue thing at all.
Oh, that's something later. You're talking about like this.
Yeah,
There you
just to
go,
get a
something like that.
a little bit more distance during the RC. Because I remember last week, I know it's just dash after you RC, or like right
Oh,
when you
you
RC
mean
or something.
okay? You mean the after image.
Yeah, the after image stuff.
So yeah, so you mean like for example, like this.
Yes, yeah, just to get closer, because I think it closes the range, especially for just like close strike, right? Because you can like
Yeah.
RC like, you know, 2 or 3 character out, and then RC closer with the dash thing, and then you can get
Yep,
into
you
your
do.
I need to
Yeah,
definitely
you
do
just
that.
have you just have to get used to just tapping forward twice or using the dash button.
Right. The
Right,
other thing
because
too.
all you have to do is just hit the dash button and then roaming cancel, like literally almost at the same time.
Gotcha. I finally got used to learning the new keys. In fact, I was gonna. I was. You did something that upset me, Justin.
What did I do?
Do you know what you did? You know what you did? You were on a popular stream during a tournament, hanging out with people that I have respected for a very long time, including one IFC8. And in said VOD, you let everyone know about my keybinds, Justin.
I felt like that's something you had to share with the world because that was great. I was like, whoa! Like I'm pretty sure a lot of people when they heard that they're like, whoa! What kind of button setting is that? I was like, this is some StarCraft keyboard warrior type of like button setting. I was like, wait, what? You know, so it's something that you had to like tell people.
I'll see if I can pull up the VOD later. Don't let me forget that, chat. We'll watch that because I had the timestamp. I just didn't get it set up in time for today's broadcast. So maybe later in the show we'll do that during our Q&A section.
But definitely, I want you to like because you already are used to using overhead roaming cancel. I want you to add it into Potemkin roaming cancel as well.
Okay.
Because that's going to also help your game a lot. It's going to help your game a lot just because like you land those very often. So,
Yeah.
just
Just
use
this.
Just
I
use your
also
gold
started
burst to get
doing
some
this.
meter.
So like that right there, that was a game changer. Just doing that.
Oh, this button. Yeah.
Yeah, like instead of doing that, just down strike, open. No one blocks this game at my level, and so you can just do that. And then as soon as they start blocking, if you just start doing this and keep going faster, like that, you can condition the fuck out of them and just do that.
Yep.
I was also
You're getting your
learning
speed too, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, because I
Speed
could
of
do
your
it. I could do it a lot faster now. I did that for like an hour or so last week. But even against like a Potemkin, I think it was Potemkin. It was the other day. A character that had a slow. Maybe it was the vampire guy. It was a vampire guy.
Usually Potemkin's pretty slow. Oh, Nagayuki.
Yeah, Naga.
Too.
He kept. They would like forward punch or forward kick, and I would sit there and just wait it out because they would go with this timing. I'd wait a second, hit him, and then go for the actual like kill after that and get a hit confirmed because they were trying to like go with the sequence that I had already done 4 or 5 times. And I would just like break in right at the last second. So I felt very proud that I was able to do that and like break in at the right moment rather than just brainlessly do this, right?
So one thing, because you like this button, I'll teach you this trick. It's called buffering. Okay. So let's say because you like this button a lot.
Yeah.
Right. So when you let's say, and this is also cancelable, right? Like this.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So if you buffer, so just do the motion while you're whiffing it. While you're whiffing it, pretend you're like hitting something, right, with the dolphin.
Oh yeah. No, that right? I definitely do that.
Yeah. So just keep doing that, and then eventually I walk in, like when the target comes in close, you buffer your special move into your normal that you're whipping.
Right.
Because you're assuming somebody's gonna just run into it. So a lot of times you might have just like maybe not have buffered, right? And then you just get this one hit damage. But because if you add a layer of buffering, right? If you walk into it, my dolphin will automatically come.
Right.
So you just get more damage for your buck, right? So that's something that you can think about as well, doing as well too.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, but that's something that I think you just need to add into your game is that because you land like straight like this S dolphins a lot and using the heavy dolphin more and get hit, then you should be able to roaming cancel from there. And you have to do it fast. Like so because if you do PR, if you get the purple RC, that means you did it too slow.
Gotcha. So we're going what?
So just do like S dolphin. Just do S dolphin into red Roman cancel. See, you took your time there. You want to do it right away.
Okay.
You want to do it right away. Like before the character pops out. You want to make sure you do it while you're still riding dolphin and not getting off the dolphin.
Okay. Even though will that stop the dolphin if I do it too early?
If you do it too early before it hits, yeah, you'll stop the dolphin. The dolphin will stop it. That will still be
like that.
See,
that's
like
too early. Yeah.
That would be purple Roman cancel.
Yeah, that's not what I want to do. Oh, I don't have burst for it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now you have it.
So you're okay. I still have to think about, like, I'm good on the other buttons, but like RC and burst, I still don't have down yet.
There you go.
So then what's the
Roman
combo
cancel
after that?
So the thing that you have to do is make sure that you have to do a dash.
Oh, you have to get in close to be able to do the close strike?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you do it from like up here, you go up here, and then your timing is a lot harder. You can still get it, but it's a lot harder because you start in the air.
Sure.
But if you tap forward, you start from.
Okay. And then to do the dash in the middle of an RC, that's just hit dash forward or dash with a button, right?
You could do dash, Roman cancel. You could hit dash and then Roman.
Oh, you can dash and then Roman cancel, and that'll count as the...
Yeah, that'll count as forward.
Okay. All right. So, and then, does this work with heavy dolphin or normal dolphin?
Normal dolphin is the best way, because most likely you're going to land
I
normal
definitely
dolphin.
didn't do it. Yeah. It'll
Right,
combo if
land
it's
the
close
normal
enough
dolphin.
on the wall, but yeah.
Yeah, because the thing is, if I hit you with heavy dolphin, for example, like just don't block.
Yeah.
You can always combo into S dolphin. It's a 2-hit combo.
Right. Okay.
Right. So then you would Roman cancel from there.
Okay. So that could even be like an evolution of it. Is just start with that, and then Roman cancel on the normal dolphin.
Yep.
Yeah.
There
That
you
was
go.
late.
See? Yeah, it's just you just have to remember because you're looking at because you're a new fighting game player, you're looking at the recovery of the move and not doing it during the move itself.
Sure.
Right. So that's the one thing that you have to remember is that just do not pay attention to the end of the move where she bounces off. You want to do it like literally right after that beat hits from the dolphin.
Yeah.
That's when you want to Roman cancel.
Okay. People in my chat are saying that I can turn on infinite meter. Is that outside of the room?
I was trying to look for it, but I couldn't find out how to do it.
Okay.
So I'm not sure how to. Yeah. Hey, see, that was good. That was good because you stayed on the ground, but you didn't hit the forward.
Yeah, that's definitely the process of hitting that.
Yeah. Right, and then literally the combo's the same. It's just you just use standing slash into crouching heavy slash into heavy golf.
Right. I even noticed in my laziness of instead of doing that, you can also just combo it off of down heavy. Sometimes on the wall.
Yeah, the problem
will
with down
bounce
heavy
them out of it sometimes though on like the third connect. It won't necessarily connect all the time. So I try to correct myself into just doing back heavy.
Yep.
But it definitely was like working every once in a while.
Yeah, the problem with this is just that, like, you don't want this to miss.
Oh yeah, no.
If that,
I've lost so many matches. If I whiff that, it's like, well, here comes 40% of my bar. Like I'm about to take a shit ton of damage.
Yeah, that's why I always tell you to always do standing slash before crouching heavy slash, because at least you know that those two hits will always be connected with each other, and then you won't whiff the crouching heavy. Because if you whiff this normal, this is fine because you recover faster, and because this normal alone it stops people from jumping.
Right.
This normal alone is really good, so it stops people from jumping. And then, so you're not faced with just this, and then you could do whatever the opponent could do whatever they want afterwards.
Yeah. Not to move on too far because I want to keep trying to do the RC. The amount of times that I've had a Geo or a Millia or a chip go up in the air, and I've just watched them and then forward P'd right when they go to connect, and it's connected is like one, a great satisfying feeling, and two,
Oh yeah,
absolutely destroys their game plan. Like,
yeah. So
they stop jumping after like 2 or 3 times. They're just like, well, fuck, I'm not gonna jump anymore, and it's great.
this is yeah. All 6Ps from every character
It's so
has
good.
full body invincibility.
Yeah.
Right. So it has full body invincibility. So any attacks, even from the ground, that are mid-high attacks, the punch will beat the normal 6P will beat it.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the questions you also faced,
Yeah.
that's actually
The answer.
That's actually that's actually some of the answers. Like Potemkin, that's definitely the answer. And then also Millia, because Millia is a character that has to stay in the air.
Oh
so
yeah.
Those so the 6Ps are amazing.
So if I'm regarding the because I just tried it again, I was just trying to see if I could get the like dash thing. If I'm already holding forward, do I have to hit forward again in the dash to confirm during the RC that it's gonna like move me forward?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
That's
thing is,
definitely what I'm missing out.
Yeah, you have to. Normally, I just tap the forward direction, right? Just twice, and then it comes out.
Yeah.
Like on the joystick, I just tap the forward.
That
See,
might
there you go,
actually
you
be
got it right
faster. Yeah, I mean that might make more sense in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. Just use your burst. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah,
So you're saying
usually I just tap forward.
that was
You
the
just
dash afterwards. So you're saying do this. Does it
see,
have
the
to be
problem is-
before?
Yeah, the problem is you're
Okay.
waiting for the dolphin to pop up. But the thing is, you're supposed to press it, like literally, like look how fast I'm doing it, right?
Yeah.
You're supposed to hit it right when
Right as it connects,
Just literally right when it connects. Because if you wait too long and you are RC at the top, then you do PRC, and then usually mid screen you won't get an opportunity to do a combo afterwards. It's kind of you wasting the bar at that point.
Okay. We'll try a couple more, and then that might be homework.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So right now.
Like literally when the beak hits me, it's reach pressing. See, there you go. That was red, right? So that was good.
I got the
The only
timing
thing
of
you
that
missed
right.
was The
I
only
didn't
thing
do
you
the
missed
dash.
was the dash, right? The after image, right? Because
Yeah.
you want the after image to
Oh, I didn't mean to.
be in that situation where you get a much easier way to land the combo. Because you can still land a combo even if you did regular, but the timing of it would be much harder.
Well, I just fell off. I was too far away.
But that's something you could practice, like in
Yeah,
training,
for sure.
in,
It's gonna. The thing
so-
is the tension meter is a pain in the ass to build up.
Yeah.
But I understand the
So-
premise of what you're trying to teach me to do. So
So yeah, I'm gonna return to the room and then select a new character.
Okay.
So then we go to Potemkin.
let me see if there's any way for me to set that. It wouldn't be game settings, right? Like that. What about room
No.
settings? That might.
I think room setting is what you made, right? That was the original rules.
Right.
I was looking at it and I couldn't find anything training mode related.
I don't want to show the password, so hold on.
Yeah, it doesn't really. I don't think it really gives you an option.
It's yeah. It says region setting, room type, rotation rule, number of matches, room policy, target player level, room capacity. Nothing. Yeah, it's definitely not there. That's kind of. I guess there are other ways to get around it, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Are you? Oh, it's just a pot. Oh boy. All right. I'm already nervous.
No.
Dude,
No, I
pots
mean,
stress me
listen,
the fuck out unless they're like.
Oh, I'm stressed out by pot.
Dude,
Too as well.
the thing that like. There's a combo that they do, which I'm sure you know, is the like Mega Fisto bounce into another Mega Fist. And like
Okay.
that combo fucking did this. I don't know how it is or how you do it. But that combo just fucking destroys me. That right there.
Like that.
Yeah.
So I was telling people that Potemkin in general, he is a character that will make like new players just hate this game or
Oh,
quit
100%.
or very frustrated because this move in general is very cheap.
It's
It's very
crazy.
fast. The crazy part is that in the beta, this move was a lot better.
Oh, before the nerf, before beta weekend 1 nerf, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah.
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 So a lot of times, just block,
Okay.
block normal. Oh no, block low.
Okay.
So a lot of time people just do this, right?
That's exactly what happens. Yeah. All the
Okay,
time.
so So if you block this, block the this move standing, you can actually press punch after.
Just a neutral punch.
Yeah, neutral punch, and then you should be able to punish me.
Okay. Oh, I didn't block.
Oops. You messed up. Oh, why I keep getting command? Yeah, see that? I couldn't block that.
Okay.
Right. So I couldn't block that. But even though it's kind of whack, right? Because the damage is kind of
well, if they string it like 2 or 3 times, you're at like 30%, right? Like
So what you can do though is you can combo standing punch into down forward kick.
That?
So you can combo that. Yeah, you can combo those two together.
Gotcha.
So if you want to land that because one, you
puts
get
them on the
offense
ground
afterwards. Yeah, it puts them on the ground. They can't roll out, and you get offense. So it's your turn. So that's something you could use after a punish. Even though it's minimal, you might get rewarded because you might guess right with like a command grab or pressure or go for the overhead roaming cancel. You have options afterwards from landing that 2-piece combo.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right, and then and another thing is what you can do is if you're blocking Mega Fist, right?
Yeah.
And someone does another one, right? You could just do 6P.
Oh, and just knock them down from like normal air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After the first one, let's say you block the first one, they do a second.
Okay.
And they do that. Try to 6P that. I know it looks threatening and everything, so you have to do it right.
Yeah, it's scary. What's the? Yeah, like
do 6P.
Would it be 6P when you're like at the apex of your second jump?
Yeah, apex and when I'm coming down.
So like right there, if you would have jumped.
Yep.
Now it's just so scary. Like I don't want to stop blocking. Like to break my brain and say like stop blocking. If you do it too early, it's like, well, you're gonna eat that damage. I guess you can also do it to startup, but yeah.
It's understandable. It's understandable. It's a very scary move.
Yeah, it's like I'm pretty sure the amount of losses that I had when I first started to just that move.
No, it's a very cheap move. Yeah, but the thing is, this is something that you just have to learn. See, that was good too. Yeah. Because the thing is, I'm negative, right? So you should always be pressing a button afterwards. So how about this? Let's say after you block the first Mega Fist and I go for the second one, you just press like standing slash.
Okay. Yeah. Can I? Well, a lot of times I'll just like Tutsugeki to get the fuck away from them. But like that whiffs, it seems like.
Okay, or how about 2H?
Just standing 2H?
No.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah. That will hit. Yeah. And then that can set up for corner. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's something you can do if you want to if you want to counter that. But I still recommend 6P just in case if
this whiffs, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I would rather have you do 6P.
Yeah. So the other question I have, I don't know if I wrote this down about Potemkin, is the slam down move into the rush, right? Which does no damage, that just knocks you down, right? And then they'll rush across. You can block it, right?
You can block it low.
The thing that would always happen to me is I'd block low, they'd rush in, and then because throws in this game are like, 2 frames or some insane shit, they would just throw me. The amount of times I've gotten thrown this past week in this game is absurd. Like I'm talking
throws
like 3 or 4 throws in a row, and I'm just like, I don't know, guys. Like, how do you beat that?
Throws are very broken in this game.
They're very strong.
They're the fastest thing in the game. So just think of it as that.
Yeah.
But what you can do against Potemkin is if you see Potemkin do this, you can grab him before the fist connects.
Just with like a normal grab?
Yeah, normal grab. So watch. Wait. Try when I'm gonna do the hammer fall punch.
Okay.
And then you react with it with a grab.
Okay. Even if I'm down back, do I have to be neutral, or can I just do that?
Yeah, you have to be in neutral.
I just have. Okay, I gotta pop up.
Well, yeah, you have to pop up, stand up, and then go for the grab.
Gotcha. That's good. I'm gonna have to like practice that.
Don't worry.
Because it's like watching It's essentially studying that move enough to like understand when it's safe to pop up.
Yeah, or you could just hold back. How about just holding back, like since you're in the corner, right? So it'd be easier for you to grab, right? So you want to grab before the punches come.
Yeah. God, that's gonna be a.
It's actually easier. It's actually easy, but you're just scared of it. So,
Oh, I'm terrified of it. You're 100% right.
You can just whiff the grab animation, while I'm dashing at you. See, there you go.
Gotcha. In a lot of ways, it just seems if I know it, because like most of them will do the ground slam and then do the rush in. If I know that's gonna happen, I'll just block this and start walking forward.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
That was good.
All right.
Right, that was good.
Yeah.
Right, and another thing you can do as well is just block. This is punishable and block. Punishable. I can't block afterwards. You press a button. No, you have to press a faster button.
Yeah. Okay. So don't heavy.
Yeah, don't have you.
Not even normal strike.
No.
Does that have to be like a punch?
You have to use, yeah, you could do, I think you could do crouching slash, you just have to be faster. Try to do it a little faster.
Huh.
Not the standard one is slow. Or you could do a standing kick.
Can I just Tutsugeki?
You could do Tutsugeki, but then you want the knockdown.
Huh.
It's because you want the knockdown, right?
Gotcha.
The knockdown is very, very important. So you know how you did the punch into the down forward slide?
Yeah.
You do this, just do the same thing as there too.
Like that? Okay.
Yeah, because you could do Totsugeki, but you just won't get the knockdown. It goes back to neutral, and in the neutral, Potemkin is favored in this situation.
Okay. All right.
Right. So that's two things, right? To avoid this one, you can punish it or you can grab it. Because the thing is, a lot of times, just don't block for a second.
Yep.
A lot of times, so now block.
Down
Right?
back.
A lot of times, let's say you're trying to punish this on block, right? But if the Potemkin players know you're trying to punish on block, you could just RC and it's still his turn.
Yeah.
Right? So that's why grabbing in that situation is much more better if you can react to it.
Yeah.
Because you don't give them an opportunity to try to see if the punches connect, and then he RCs on hit or block. Right?
Yeah.
You avoid that opportunity.
Sure.
So that's one thing you want to just remember in your head. Right? So if you know that they're gonna do this, and then do that, and then do the dash punch afterwards, right? Just get ready for the grab.
Yeah. Okay. That knowledge is pretty key. The other thing that I've been trying to work on is like doing that, and then just training it. But the timing of I haven't gotten the timing of them standing up, and people kept trying to tell me that like people will whiff normals to help with the timing of it for the grab. Yeah.
For another grab.
Yeah, for the second grab. Yeah, so they'll do like that. But I didn't understand what they were doing. I don't know if that's like super advanced. Okay, I just know that I got grabbed so fucking much this past week that it's like I need to learn to do this shit.
It's called a frame kill where they whip a button to kind of like get the timing down. But what you can do, since I noticed what you did right here, the thing is you don't have to stop your run to grab.
Oh, you can just keep. Oh, okay.
You can
you're holding forward.
Just hold forward. Just hold forward, and you can correct. So that will make things easier if you're trying to do that strategy. Right? Let's say you grab me, and then you just hold forward, and then when you see me get up, grab again. That will make it so much easier for you to not miss time your grab, because the way you're trying to do it is you're trying to stop, then go
and wait for it.
Again. Yeah. So just keep running. See, that's a lot easier,
Gotcha.
right?
That's so much easier to time it. Okay.
Yeah, and then you can also get a button afterwards in the corner. You can do crouching heavy slam.
Oh yeah.
Combo, right?
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I'd like to do crouching heavy slash into quarter circle back punch, which is like the volleyball. Yeah. So you could throw me in the corner and then do that.
That cancels into that. That's okay.
Yeah, it cancels into that. Jeez. So for example, let's say you throw me in the corner, do that string where you can do the crouching heavy slash into the volleyball. No, do it while I'm on the ground. So you like OTG, you hit me on the ground.
Okay, and you're saying quarter circle punch,
Back.
right?
Yeah.
Punch or
Walrus.
kick?
Punch.
Because punch is close.
Kick, punch is close, kick is far.
Okay, so throw.
Faster.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, I see where it connected on the bounce. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it only bounce in corners off of throws like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the volleyball won't hit me, but I'm forced to block the volleyball. So you force me to tech a wake up, for example, and then I have to block the volleyball, and then you get another offensive pressure from there.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I might practice that as well.
Yeah, it's a really good setup because it kind of puts you back in a rinse and repeat scenario where you can just keep going grabs and grabs and grabs.
Sure. Okay. And then the other thing is, does all of this work against his command grab bullshit that does like half my bar?
So his command grabs, I'm gonna tell you. So I fought against a very good Potemkin player this past Sunday in the tournament, and I was down 2-0.
Yeah.
And my whole thing was, I don't care if he beats me 3-0. I'm gonna make sure that I don't get hit by any command grabs. So I just hold up the whole time. I just held up the whole time every time I got knocked down.
You would just immediately jump?
Yeah, I would just anytime. So let's say you block low, for example.
Yeah.
And then once you jump up right there, right? Because this is a normal setup where they do this and go into command grab.
Gotcha.
Right. So I always hold up because I'd rather get hit by the counter hit combo than get hit by the command.
Than half your life, right? Yeah. From the goddamn command grab. Yeah.
Yeah, and then also, if you jump my command grab and you hit me, to come down with the heavy slash. Down the anchor.
Yeah.
Right? It counts as a counter hit. So you actually get a combo from there.
Like that? Okay.
You want to do it faster. No, you don't want to do the anchor. You just want to do the jump heavy slash.
Oh, so you just want to do like that. The swing.
Yeah, just come down with that button. Yeah,
gotcha.
Swing.
Okay. I keep doing down heavy now.
No, that's a good jumping.
Oh,
but it's just you won't get the counter hit confirmed from there.
Okay.
Let me get that close to you. Oops. You want to do it on the way down.
Oh, I do it on the way down.
You want to do it on the way down.
Like that.
There you go. You see that?
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Okay. That's very good. I was too early there. Gotcha.
There you go.
Okay.
Right, and you get a cute combo in the corner. And then let's say if I was in the corner, for example, and I try to go for the command grab and you jump that.
Yeah.
You could get the crouching heavy slash and you go for the
wall combo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right, so that's something to think about as well. So I think that would really help a lot because one thing about the reason why holding up is good against Potemkin is because in older games this move is actually
the fucking air grab.
Yeah, it's not an air grab in this game. It's a hit grab because if you just jump up and block, you can block this.
Right. Okay. Oh,
so in older games you can't block that.
Gotcha.
So that's the only way he can stop you from holding up is either he can air grab you, right?
Yeah.
Or he does the heavenly pop, the super.
Right, and that's the one that like goes up in the air at a diagonal and comes down on top of you, right?
Yeah. Okay. He sends you to heaven and all that type of stuff, right?
Yeah.
So those are the only ways he can stop you from that. But other than that, if I would always suggest just holding up.
Just jumping. Okay.
So yeah, you just have to be careful when he has 50% meter, because then he'll go for the super in that situation if he knows that you're just a person that's going to hold up, right?
Sure. Yeah, I definitely noticed in the past week that I'm much more cognizant of, because I've started RCing, I'm much more cognizant of when they have burst and when they don't, so that like if I know it's early in the round, then I can like beta burst out, so I have 2 meters or something like that. Whereas if it's late in the round, they have burst. If I RC, it's just going to get bursted, right?
Yep.
So being aware of that, I think, has definitely helped. Going along with my notes, what the fuck do you do against Leo? I don't like Leo. I got so upset at a Leo. I went, I think 0-9 versus Leo earlier on in the week. It was insane.
Leo's
insane. I was just, I don't know what to do. I think I got like perfected in most of those rounds towards the end.
So the problem with the thing about Leo's is you probably just don't know how to block, right?
Because the mix-up,
everything just
100%
the
right.
Mix-up. He's that type of character that just completely keeps going mix-up, right?
Yeah.
So the one thing you have to know is that everything that he does, right? Just block low.
Yeah.
he wants to go into like this.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
That's something you saw. Then you see him doing the back turns.
Yep.
So one thing you want to make sure that you know in general, right? Is during this slash move right here, you can grab it.
Everyone keeps saying that. When do you actually grab? Like right there?
No. Okay. I'll show you.
You're right next.
So block low.
Okay.
So block low. So anytime you see them do this like type of string afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Once you see these 2 hits pass you, he's gonna do the berserker slash, for example, right? And then you could just mash grab before he crosses you up.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you stop like that position. But the thing is, what he can do is he could just do the fast one, right? Like this one, the one that stays in front, which is fine because as long as you cancel as long as you input the grab a little late, don't do it fast.
Okay.
Because you can take your time with the grab, right? So let's say if you do late, you shouldn't get hit by that, right? But if you grab, there you go. You see, you delayed grab, right?
Gotcha.
And you're able to stop that pressure. Okay.
Okay.
So that's one thing to defend against Leo before he goes into that stance.
Gotcha.
So now 2, when he's in this stance, he has 2 options.
What do you? Because at this point, I'm just like
go low.
I'm gonna down back the entire time, and if he swaps, I'm gonna try to go down back the other way. That's all I do.
So, okay. So you have to. So visually, you have to just get used to doing this. If he does this, right?
Yeah.
This is a low.
Yeah.
And he has this overhead.
Right.
Right.
So I just need to adjust the block.
Yeah. So just know that on wake up, on his turn, and you wake up, he's gonna either do 2 things. He's either gonna do low, or he's gonna go into the overhead.
Right.
So obviously, the low is impossible to react to.
Yeah, it's
right?
so fast.
But you have a higher chance of reacting to that because it has a longer startup.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So it's gonna take you a while to get used to blocking this. But once you block it, then it's gonna be your turn.
Right.
Right. You just have to block that, right, and then force him to use this move. Because this move is like, let's say if you press a button afterwards, right, and I do that, I'm gonna parry your move, right?
Oh, trust me, I killed myself multiple times against that Leo doing that right there.
Yeah. So one thing you wanna remember is that after he does this move, you could punish him on the recovery of that. So once it's passed, you hit him after the shield goes away. So you don't want to do it too. Yeah, you don't want to do it too early. So wait till my shield disappears and then press a button.
Okay. Till it completely disappears?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that'll knock him out of that position?
Yeah, that'll knock him out of the back stance.
Okay. And then, in terms of... So, the Leos that I fought will just constantly cross me up like 3 or 4 times, like that, 3 or 4 times and connect on either side. Is that where I grab? Or like, what is the...
So yeah, you just want to grab this part. You always want to grab the cross up.
So you want to grab the entry into the stance.
Yeah.
Rather than, if they're in this stance, then you just have to try to like block the cross up.
If they're in this stance, you have to block the low, or you have to guess either it's a low or the overhead.
It's 50-50, okay.
Yeah. Or they can set it back up. So if you're blocking low, for example,
yeah,
they can set it up and go back into this.
100%, yeah.
Right. So then you just have to visually get used to seeing the run. Right.
Okay.
Once you're able to see the run, then you can just grab it every single time.
Okay. So
But trust me, it's not easy. Everyone gets crossed up by this. Like even the best players gets crossed up by this. So it's not something that's like not like if you're a beginner, like oh my god, I can't stop this. It's literally a lot of people can't stop this.
Right.
But as long as you have specific rules in your head that you know what to deal with, you can prevent less of that happening to you.
Yeah. That makes sense. So when he's already in this stance and you dash through to the other side, am I grabbing facing left or grabbing facing right? Is it the same as when he does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter? Okay.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, you can grab either way.
Gotcha. Okay. God, that changes a lot of things if I can just remember to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like his major thing that you have to that's like his thing. That's his character archetype.
Yeah.
Right? The other 2 things is probably like this normal's really good. Like
God. Yeah. So this Leo would fucking join the Circus du Soleil and just like fly all the way up in the top of the map. and then would hit that coming down and set up his combo. And it hit every single time. I had no idea what to do it. I was trying to like down heavy it and like try to hit him on the
6P is always going to be your answer.
Yeah, I should have just 6P'd instead of like trying to play target practice with the down heavy or something.
Yeah. I understand why you would like the down heavy because it's more damage.
Well, and it also looks fucking cool when you hit him with this rather than this, right?
Yeah. But 6P is always your answer for any air interaction. Any air interaction, 6P is always going to be your best friend.
Okay. So 6P will block that? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 6P will beat every air interaction.
Gotcha.
Like anytime you see somebody come at you from air, smack him with the little fist, right? That's literally it solves every scenario. Like I said, you don't get that much damage, but just know that it
treats them to stop blocking.
Yeah.
As
it's also going to make them. And you know how you were saying
jumping,
that. Yeah, you know how you were saying that you made the when you were playing against Chip and you made him stop jumping because you have 6P in. Same scenario.
Yeah.
Right. And the other thing you just have to worry about from Leo is just.
Oh my god! What the fuck? I just can't go in the air against this fucking DP bullshit. Like, I kept doing this and like trying to jump in on him, and it eventually got to a point where he just sat like that, and if I got close at all, he would just throw it out. So I was doing this and like trying to bait it, and then after he would bait it, I would just like Tutsugeki in. But the first like 3 or 4 matches, I got dominated. It was terrible.
So this DP is very good. It's probably has the most highest hit DPs in this game. The best way to handle it is like you were saying is that you would dash in or backdash.
Yeah, try to
even
bait
if you jump. Yeah, even if you jump at me, if you jump and air dash at me, just don't press a button. You can just don't press a button. You won't get hit. Right?
Oh, and just block it. Oh shit. Right? Okay. I always forget that you can air block in this game.
Yeah, air block is key in this game, right?
Yeah.
And then another thing that you can do is anytime, this is a golden rule. Anytime you block a dragon punch, the next hit counts as a counter.
Okay. So you want to try to connect is basically right when you block. So
let's say if you block, let's say I block my DP. The next hit you hit me, see? Counter. That's a big counter. It's going to do massive damage because it started that counter hit.
Right. Okay.
And you can go from the wall combo from there.
Does that DP beat Tutsugeki?
It does.
Okay.
But they have to react to it, right?
It even beats heavy?
Yeah. So Tutsugeki doesn't have like any invincible properties against Dragon Punch.
Yeah.
You would just have to like see like a Dragon Punch will always beat anything, but what you can do is your grabs in general beat Dragon Punch.
Oh really? So if he's just down backing, you can just
Yeah.
What is the likelihood of you beating someone or beating a Leo if he's down back camping like that? Does it always beat it? Does it beat it most times?
So in neutral, you probably won't be able to land the grab there against my DP. But on my wake up,
gotcha.
On my wake up, you can do a grab much more easier to beat my DP.
Okay. Gotcha.
Right. So let's say if you grab me and try to grab me again, when like grab me and then run and grab me again. Right? And if you time it right. Yeah. If you time it right, you would beat my Dragon Punch.
Does the Dragon Punch come out faster than a normal, just like standing up does? Like, does it come up before a normal stand-up would for a character?
No, it's the same. It's just that
so I just gotta get used to it.
It's just that the Dragon Punch is invincible, right? Because it has invincibility, but the thing is, it just doesn't have throw invincibility.
Got it. Is everyone's wake up the same exact time?
From what I know, I believe so.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, but there are weight classes, for example, like certain combos might not work against specific characters because of how much they weigh.
Gotcha. Okay.
So there's like a light, so Leo's like a heavy character.
Right.
Potemkin's a heavy character. May's a light character. I and Soar are like regular characters.
Right. Okay, that makes sense.
Right. So So the main thing to take away is anytime you see a string, right, against Leo, you go for the grab, just to stop the cross up. Right. You do a delay grab.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, and the other thing is don't get hit by the 2 moves beforehand, otherwise it's all fun. Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does it?
Like.
What is, in terms of just character knowledge, what does Leo need to do to go into that? Does he have to start off with those 2 hits, or can he just dash?
He can dash. He can just
straight
quarter
up
circle
dash.
forward.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a quarter circle forward punch.
Okay. And
So
that just starts
the thing
the
is,
dash.
he has to. Yeah, the thing is, he has to cross you up
Okay.
in order to get to this back stance, right? Or he could do what's this move? There's another move.
That
He has, like,
chest
this-
burster, by the way, whatever that thing was, where he like creates a fiery.
This move.
That move sucks. Oh, that move puts him in as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
that move puts him up.
Because
The
I've
thing
seen
is, he
that
doesn't
combo
get-
nonstop, where they
Yeah.
like do the rush in the corner, and then he does the fire around him and bounces you in the wall. It's like the same thing
Yeah,
3
but-
times in a row with the super at
Yeah,
the
that's
end
his
of it.
wall combo.
Yeah.
That's his wall combo. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he could do this move to go into back stance.
Okay.
So that's the only way in neutral that he can get into back stance. And then he has his command grab that you have to worry about as well.
Yeah. Now that command grab
But-
was from range, right? Like that wasn't. Was that close or was that like a decent
No,
distance?
he does a run command grab.
Oh, okay. He runs at you.
Yeah, he does a run. Like he runs at you and it goes.
Is that full screen?
Not full screen? Like maybe like 3/4. Like no, not like a. It's like a Totsugeki. Think of it as Totsugeki range,
Sure. Okay, gotcha.
right? So make sure that when you're blocking against him, that like he's probably gonna go into a string, and then go into the command grab, right?
Yeah.
That's just naturally how he's always gonna go to. So I think once you just keep that in your mind that when you're fighting against Leo, that like okay, I want to prevent him from going into these stances. That's going to help your game a lot against Leo because
Yeah.
you'll be able to counter it. Leo's a character that has to rush
Be
you
aggro.
down.
He's got to be
So
aggro.
you can, so you can play a defensive stance and kind of just lame him, right? Because he's forced to take risks.
Yeah. Okay. Going along in my notes here, I whiff this way too much. Am I throwing it too often? Do I just have to be better about it? Are there ways to get out of whiffing this that I need to know about? Like, this is a lot of times my death.
So the one thing I was saying, that's why I want you to always press standing slash into crouching heavy slash. You shouldn't just throw that up button.
Right.
Just because.
Well, even just like in, if we're not next to a wall or something, and I try to just connect with it, if I whiff it, no matter, even if they're blocking right here, and it whiffs, if I go on the ground, it's like, well, I'm about to take probably 20 to 40% damage from something.
Yeah. You just have to be very careful at using that button because I know you like using that button a lot. Even when
I do.
I was watching your clips of your combos, you would land a jump in and then you would go into the crouching heavy slash right away. Right? So that's just definitely your trigger button, your favorite button.
Yeah.
Right? So I think it's one of those things that you just have to just kind of get that habit out of the way in your game. Get that habit out of the way in using that neutral. You could use it in combos, but in the neutral positions like this, for example, like you should always not use it, right? You should always use the standing slash and then cancel into the crouching heavy slash to make sure that it doesn't.
Yeah. Is that so? Standing heavy or standing normal? Sorry, standing normal is just the preferred. Even though standing normal is kind of shit unless you're close. You probably want to like down normal, right?
Well, no, I mean the standing slash is really good because it stops me from jumping.
Okay,
It stops people from jumping. Like that's a very good button actually.
Because like I'll do that, so I do that very thing right there.
So what you should do, the only thing that should come out from standing slash is dolphin.
Oh, just like follow it up immediately. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like if you let's say if you're like a little far from me, like let's say just a little far from me, like right here.
Yeah.
You should only do standing slash into dolphin.
Okay.
Right, because that range is what makes that button really good.
Yeah, and if it connects, it's an immediate dolphin, right?
Yeah, and then you also could do roaming cancel from there, and you get a full combo from there. And then,
right.
So
Yeah.
forth.
As soon as I like practice the roaming cancel that's red off of that, then I can combo off of a dolphin rather than a down heavier and stuff like that. Okay.
Yeah. Another thing you could add into your gameplay is using forward heavy slash.
That.
Yeah, use that. Yeah,
So
that one's really good.
This one I've used a lot in terms of people jumping in on me, and also as like a like I'll do that and then super right after if it connects. But the thing that again, just like how I like how that looks, I like how that weight looks. And so there's so many times where I'm like, I'm going to wait it out for a little bit extra. Oh, fuck. Okay. Well, there's 40%. Right.
So the good thing about that move, at least, is that it's very successful to use in the corner.
Right.
So let's say if you're like, using like dolphins, and you're pressing your opponent, it's very hard for them to jump out of this. So if you try to
in the corner.
The forward heavy punch.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
Because it covers such a wide range, you're saying?
Yeah. So like, say, just hold it, and then if I try to jump out, I'll probably get hit, right?
Yeah. It keeps them there. Right.
Yeah. So the angle of it in the corner, you can definitely, spam that in the corner for sure.
Okay.
And then the good thing about it, it puts the opponent in a stagger stance and block. So if you see me blocking when you're doing forward heavy punch, the opponent kind of like has like this shudder, right?
Yeah.
And what that does is that it gives you more frame advantage to do something else after. So then you could do heavy dolphin. You want to do heavy dolphin.
Okay.
After the forward heavy punch, you're charged. Yeah, and then heavy dolphin, and then you pretty much when you're doing that, you're cranking up the risk gauge. You see you see my risk gauge right there.
And the risk gauge means next hit is a counter.
Yeah, look how much damage that you just did right
Yeah,
there,
that's
because
pretty
it's
insane.
counter hit.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, and then you get the full combo from there, and then it's going to do like 80%.
Right.
Okay? It's going to do 80% because of how much risk gauge that you increased it. So that move is so good at increasing your risk gauge.
You jogged my memory in terms of watching you in a tournament doing like a 90% combo on Thursday. Was that because you had counter? Or you had that meter filled?
Yeah. Yes.
I saw that and I was just like, well, and then Strippin, who a fellow friend of mine and also Guilty Gear player, messaged me and said, your character's fucking busted. And I said, dude, it's not that she's busted. It's that Justin Wong knows what the fuck he's doing. There's a meter underneath burst that was filled and he got 80% or 90% on a combo because of that. He's like, oh, all right. So I'm out here defending May because you're making her look broken as shit.
I mean, she's cheap.
She's broken.
I
will admit it. But yeah. That combo was just like, it sent some ripples through the noobs of the world for sure.
So that's something you want to use in the because I know you like using the heavy buttons. At least in the corner, you could use the forward heavy slash. But mid screen, be careful using it. Crouch and pretty much try to not use crouching heavy slash. You want to make sure you want to get that out the window because, like you said, you know that it kills you. You know that that's the move that really kills you.
Yeah.
So now you have to make sure that if you want to use that button, you have to use it behind the button.
Right. Yeah. Okay. It's definitely one of those things. I need to just use it as a connector. Yeah, for sure. I think I also need to work on doing that in matches rather than just relying on overheads solely.
Yeah.
And try
to use... overhead's good. I was, like I said, I was very impressed that you were able to do overhead roaming cancel super consistently, so that was sick.
The overhead just feels safe. Like I was saying earlier, it just feels so much better that when this goes, I immediately know I can red RC right now and get a shit ton of damage off of him. And if he bursts, it might be worth it as well. Because that means that if we're in a corner later in this round, he's not going to have burst.
Okay, so for example, another thing that you can note, since you know about getting people to spend their burst, is so use the go burst. So when you do overhead into roaming cancel, just block.
Oh, because they can. Oh, right.
Right. So now that's what you take up.
You can bait it.
You bait the burst. It's a burst of bait.
Yeah.
Right. And because it's a burst bait, you can still get the full combo that you normally do.
Oh, so if you
if you bait the burst, you still get the full combo.
So burst. Oh, you don't have burst, right? So, but when they're in the, if you bait their burst, and they're in the air, when they're falling down to the ground, they can't block.
They can't block. They cannot block.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, they can't. So you get the full combo.
Gotcha.
So a lot of times people love if you do. It's very common against May. Anytime you land overhead into Roman Cancel or Totogeki into Roman Cancel, most likely they're going to burst. Right now, everybody bursts right now. So if you do that, you could just sit there and block and then bait their burst. So that you took away their defensive mechanism and you still get a punish, which is great. You kind of pretty much, you kind of pretty much like just ruin their day at that point, right? And
when it happens to me, I want to die. Like if I'm in the air or something and their hurt box is the worst part is when like a Potemkin.
Oh, I figured it out.
Oh, you can reset.
Look at that.
What'd you do?
Yes.
Did you just down? Oh, you just reset it like it's normal. Oh shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my god. That's so dumb. Okay. All right. The reset button works. That's great.
Okay.
All
right.
So what I was saying
for example,
is, go ahead. But finish your.
No,
finish
I was saying since we have the meter,
yeah,
I could try to burst, and then you could block the burst and punish me.
Right.
The overhead. Right. Boom! Look at that. I couldn't block any of that.
Yeah, I was trying to super there. Yeah, that's crazy. God, that's gonna feel good if that happens in a match. That'll feel very good. Because one of the worst things for me is like if someone's doing a combo or someone's below me or something, I have like 20% life in the third round, and they're like just whiffing a burst at any point in this game might be the worst feeling, right?
Yeah. It's actually
it might be the worst feeling.
But the thing is, from the other end, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Oh, when it happens on the opposite end.
Yeah. When you bait the burst, it's a really great feeling.
Yeah.
So you're gonna feel really good.
It's a pop off moment for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, do you know the difference between landing a super for a wall break versus a regular hit wall break?
In what sense? In terms of the damage or?
Well, in terms of like what happens.
Oh, it's that on the other end they bounce or something, or they're on the ground instead of landing, right?
Yeah. So if you do super, you still get your offense going.
So I could run like this. You could
run up right here. Yeah, you could run up
and then just grab or something.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's something to keep in mind, like especially when you're doing the wall break combos. That you want, because if you have, like, let's say 60%, 70% tension, it's completely worth it to spend the super because you're going to get that tension back because of the meter bonus for breaking the wall.
Oh, there's a meter bonus for breaking the wall. Okay. I was not aware of that.
So, I don't know how you turn off the meters, to be honest with you, but...
We might be screwed now. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. But the thing is, when you go in training mode and you take off your meter, when you break the wall, you will see, right? You will see that the arrows will go up, meaning if you're automatically.
Oh yeah, the positive bonus. Yeah. Okay.
So you get the positive bonus for breaking the wall every single time.
Got it. So it actually behooves you to like run towards them and grab, because you'll even get more for dashing towards them.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay.
Right? And a meter in this game it's
everything.
Priceless.
Yeah, it's everything. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely everything.
Gotcha.
So let's see. What's next on the list? Millia?
Yeah, Millia spent. She also joined the fucking circus in a couple matches against me, but I did start to 6P and it did help. But also, she's crazy.
Millia is very tough.
I had a lot of hard time.
Her mix-ups are infinite.
Yeah. And it was definitely is it a complete guess? And I guess in a lot of ways, this might be Giovanna too. But pretty much every Millia that I fought starts their combo by dashing in the air. Right?
Yep.
And so every time they would do that, I just kept 6Ping and eventually they fucking stopped. But there was one Millia in particular that was like doing super jumps. And off the super jumps would do that combo. And I didn't know what to do against it because it's kind of like, shooting pellets or something like that. You actually have to aim it rather than just throw it out there. Because I don't know when she's going to come down from that super.
Okay, so let's go in the lab and I'll show you.
Sure.
I'll show you some things you can counter, and then.
Wait, why can't I?
Because I guess when you're saying that he's in the air, so one, Millia has more air options than other characters. Her chip are the same.
Okay.
right? So for example, she can air dash twice.
There we go.
Right?
Oh, she can air dash twice. Oh shit.
Right?
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she can air dash twice.
Does it have to be in the same direction?
No, she can go forward and back. Right? So that's one thing to know.
Okay.
Right? And then, are you talking about like this move?
That was one. Chip also would do something similar like that, except it would be right above me with the like corkscrew bullshit.
Yeah, that's a broken move. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or is it this move?
Because it's like I don't what. How do I judge where the fuck I'm at when that's happening?
Oh, so
because I see the little
icon.
P2 thing, but is there any other thing besides that?
To be honest, no.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your way of knowing where you are at.
Gotcha.
Right. So the one thing against with Millia is that in neutral she's not very great.
Right.
Like right here, if we're playing like this, you're gonna win. Right?
Yeah. I just start throwing dolphins, and it's not that hard.
But if she knocks you down, and then she pretty much gets the vortex started, right?
Yep.
Like for example, she'll do this, and then she'll throw that disc, and you wake up into it. Right?
Yeah. And then it becomes it comes like what 50-50 of if she's gonna cross me up or if I need to block.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. So do
right,
I?
And then she could just keep doing it.
Do I just need to stay blocked during all of that? Like what is
so,
the?
Okay, so
I don't know what
to
do essentially.
So if I do this, that's a cross up. So you have to block the other way.
Right.
So block the other way. See?
Yeah.
Right. So that's one. Or if I do this, for example, I can fake you out. Right. If you get hit.
Oh, you want me to get hit? Yeah.
Yeah. I can fake you out and then go low.
Well, can't you also do the thing where since she gets 2 dash, can't you dash over then dash back?
That one. Millia is like the queen of fake mix-ups.
Yeah.
Right. So just think of it as like a lot of times her mix-ups are not considered real. So for example, if I knock you down and I'm gonna go for the disc, just hold up. For example.
Okay. Right here.
Just hold up. Yeah. See that? It's
yeah.
Fake. You can just jump out of that.
If I time it correctly, because it doesn't act like. Can you?
You can just always hold up.
Oh! You're saying if you continue holding up, it won't actually connect.
Yeah. But the thing is, I can force that and do this, for example, and then hit you on the way down, on my way down, so you can't hold up, right? Like that, for example.
Yeah. Is that the difference between like heavy and normal or something?
No, they're all heavies.
Oh, they're all heavies.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, they're all heavies. It's just more of like you just want to be aware and you just want to be aware of these scenarios so you can dodge these because that's where a lot of her mix-ups come from.
Okay.
And a lot of times people just don't know how to stop it.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of times people just take it and they're like, "Oh, look, it's a very cheap mix-up," but it's a lot of times it can be avoided by just holding up or blocking the other direction.
Sure. Okay.
Right? And then the one thing that Millias like to do is just they will try their damn nearest to always get this knockdown.
Yeah.
Just go for this cross up, right?
Well, and the other thing too is the like long, like screen wide that thing. I feel like that's super deceiving, because like
you can Totsugeki it.
Really? You can it beats
like,
Totsugeki?
So block it low.
Yeah.
So block it low, and then Totsugeki with slash.
Oh,
yeah,
after
I can't block that.
Yeah.
And then
can I punch it?
You can try. I never tried punching. I just punished.
You just Totsugeki it so much. I don't think you can.
I feel like you might not because of the low move.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a guaranteed punish every time. So.
Okay. I think that's it for her in general. She's just like real tricky. Where like Leo is in my face, she's like in the air, and I'm like, oh fuck, here comes like a 30-hit combo at any moment.
So one thing you want to notice that you also make sure you practice air dashing backwards and then heavy slash.
Oh right, yeah, I remember you said that last night or last week.
So that will stop her a lot. See, if you do that, I'm coming at you, you can smack her fairly pretty well with that. But you want to go backwards with it too. You know, like change it forward and back. Right. And then you would win here. A lot of times you can also get a counter in this situation. And then also another thing is you want to practice your speed for it, because see how you're still jumping at the arc and then dashing.
Yeah.
You want to air dash during your jump.
Oh, you're saying like faster.
Yeah, faster with the air dash. There you go. Those are good. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That will stop really a
Someone
lot.
jumping in on you. Yeah.
Yeah, but make sure you don't go back. You don't hit back too many times, because you'll cause a negative penalty, which will take away your bar.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. What was next on my list? So the other
Axel?
thing is character knowledge with Axel.
Okay. Yeah. Axel.
When I sent that on Tuesday, I had a real bad game or set of games versus Axel. The next set I actually understood a little bit better. So a lot of this stuff is just like character knowledge in terms of what the fuck this character is doing to me.
Yeah.
And Axel was definitely the one thing of like, oh, this is a throw, instead of like,
the command grab. Yeah.
yeah, this is a command grab. Because I'd block the first hit, and then from fucking off screen, his brother would show up and just like knock me down and clothesline me across. Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
He's hard to get in on. I started doing a lot of like, I would dash and block and try to, I would
That's
stop
good.
that. And I would be able to get in. I taught an Axel, unfortunately, how the fuck to do that. Because I was blocking so much and I kept jumping in on him. But he just like keeps me, he's tough to get in on. Like I can't dolphin to get in on him at all in a lot of ways.
So a lot of times, let's say if you go full screen. So a lot of times he's gonna do like this, for example, right?
Yeah.
And then if you try to jump, he's gonna bring this back.
Yep.
Is that what you're facing?
Yeah, and then he'll also just do the command grab bullshit. Like I'll sit down back like this, and usually the command grab is what will come out of that. And he'll also just kind of like chip away. Like it was just hard for me to get in anywhere near, anywhere close.
So what you want to do in this scenario? So for example, if I do this, you want to jump, right?
Yeah.
But you're scared of the returning move, like the boomerang move.
Yeah.
To come at you because of the height. So what you can do in that situation is when you jump, don't dash, just double jump.
Oh,
so
to wait for it?
Yeah, go back, and then jump forward, and then double jump forward, and do that, okay?
Gotcha.
Because because you're trying to bait this out. Because if I do this, like it whiffs.
Gotcha.
Because they're going to react, right? They're going to react to you jumping, and then the first thing they'll do is throw this out and bring it back.
Right.
And when you make it whiff, that's your in. You're still not gonna be able to punish him, but you're getting closer. Because the thing about Axel is he's one of those characters that is
he's a zoner, right?
He's a zoner, but he also beats a lot of players that don't have fighting game knowledge.
Sure.
Because you're like, how do I get in? How do I get in? Right? These long range pokes and everything. It's so annoying and everything.
Yeah.
And like it's impossible, right? It's kind of like really hard. So it's definitely understandable where you're coming from. That it's just that once you get in, though, literally that's your time.
Oh, then you just blow them the fuck up. Yeah.
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 So that's when you go for the grabs a lot.
As soon as I started like actually blocking and I had much more success with air blocks.
Yeah, air blocks hurt him a lot.
Yeah.
Just because like he can't really, because in older Guilty Gear games you couldn't air block against him.
Oh,
you would have to use this green faultless defense.
The faultless defense shit. Yeah.
Right.
You can do that in air.
To air block him. Yeah, you can do it in the air. Right.
Gotcha.
But now you don't need to faultless defense against his ground attack almost when he anti-airs you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna win this politeness battle. All right. Go ahead.
Yes. So the thing is, you have the right idea of just like blocking in and coming in. You just want to make sure that your turn it's always your turn. And the number one thing is, even if you don't successfully get your offense correct for the first time and he pushes you out, do not get frustrated. That's the one thing you have to remember, because if you get frustrated, then he's gonna run over you.
Yeah. It's definitely a pain in the ass. I think that's true for both this character and Leo for me. Is just like the frustration meter builds the more cross-ups that Leo gets, and the frustration meter builds the more like nonsense this guy does to keep me at like from getting anywhere near or anywhere close.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What you can also do, for example, is you can also use the dash button to make you move faster.
Oh yeah, to get across faster, you mean?
Yeah, just because like sometimes, let's say if you're blocking, right? You might miss your forward direction, so you won't move as fast on the ground because you didn't know when your block stun is out. It's when you're on a block stun. At least the dash button is automatic because it's a macro.
Yeah. In terms of speaking about dash, in characters like Nago and Key, I get myself in trouble a lot because I'll run up to people like that and dash back to try to bait something. But with those characters, their fucking weapons are ginormous, and they'll just throw out like a normal or heavy strike and connect in the air dash. Is there any way that you know of to like get out of that apart from just retraining my brain to not do that against those characters?
So this is not bad. This strategy you're saying it's not bad. Yeah. You just can't use it for every character. Right? You had the idea with Leo, but you want to use it against characters that are very efficient into like interruption, like dragon punches, for example, like Chip, Soul, and Leo.
Okay.
Kai has a dragon punch, but because of how Kai is a character, you have to play him. You know, Kai players are they're playing more reactive. They're playing more slow because the character is not as good as compared to other characters in the game, right? They're not as gorilla based and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So against Kai, I think it's a pretty self-explanatory match where you can just play your game, but just don't add anything where you're trying to bait the opponent out, because you're not going to bait your opponent.
Yeah.
And then Nago Yuki, he's like, the one thing you want to avoid is this giant like crouching when he
the fucking map with Sephiroth's sword replacement out of nowhere where he just gets the entire map. Yeah,
that's the one thing you want to avoid, because that's the thing that's really going to he's going to abuse that move a lot against me, because you're going to
it's hard to jump in, and even with just like dolphins, he does that and it beats it. If I try to jump in, it's like incredible anti-air. And so a lot of times I just try to get in any way possible, or let him come to me.
So how do you stop those really big buttons that you're talking about? Is the usage of double jump.
Oh, and just bait it, like wait for him to throw it out.
Yeah. Okay. For example, you can there's a lot of whiff recovery in normals, so you could punish them for whiffing those normals on whiff.
Okay.
It's kind of like how you whiff your 2H, right? Your 2 heavy sludge.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, oh my god, I whiffed it. It's over. Same thing for like these other characters, right? So if you like double jump at me.
Oh, well, let me get a little bit more distance. Yeah.
So you don't want to air dash. You want to double jump. So yeah, should do that, for example, right?
I think that's like, my brain is like, it definitely does. My brain is very much like, if I'm in the air, I dash forward and do that, right? Like that's if I'm not getting in this way, I'm getting in this way, right?
Okay, so then
I
now
just
you
need
add
to
a
think
third
differently.
option.
Yeah, of just double jumping.
Yeah, you add a third option of just double jumping forward.
What is
because
finish that statement?
Because if you double jump forward against this move, for example, you make him whiff, and then you can punish him for it.
Yeah. Okay. What is the benefit of doing the dust for the diagonal jump? Is that fun to just throw in? Like, have you found? I know you have a combo, which is fucking insane to begin with, but I'm not there yet. But like, to get in, does it change it up?
I don't use that to get in.
Okay.
I don't use that to get in, but I use it to get out. So if I'm in the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Corner,
okay, I see what
I
you're
would
saying.
use that to get out.
If you're getting, yeah. Okay.
So I would use it as a double jump. I double jump with it.
Sure. Yeah, I honestly don't double jump because I'm dashing so often to get out, or to just do that.
Think of double jump as more of like as a resource to use to either avoid scenarios, avoid like pressure situations, or you use it to like get in against like long range runners. So
Okay.
you don't double jump against every character in the game, right? You double jump against characters that are like specific. So like say Nagayuki, for example,
Yeah.
Axel, for example, those characters that you're having trouble with, like I can't get in because they have like these long range normals. That's when you think, okay, let me try using double jump to stop him from throwing these out.
Sure. Okay. That makes sense.
Right. So against like let's say against like you could do it against Potemkin, very good against Potemkin, Nagayuki, Axel. If you're fighting against let's say like Kai or like Chip, you probably won't double jump.
Yeah. When Nago does his bloodlust bullshit, do you just try to get in as fast as possible and blow him the fuck up, or do you stay back?
Oh, you mean when he pops?
Yeah. Because I found success in just like, if they pop it with like half HP because they're bad at managing it, just chilling. But also, if they're low, I will just straight up be aggressive. But the second that I fail a combo, and they do the easiest link in the world with just hitting me in midair, then supering for like the one-shot kill, I'm not sure like if there's a best or if it's just like what I should be doing or going for.
So what you want to do is, if you know he's gonna pop and you see that blood rage coming,
yeah,
right, you want to make sure you're out of range from like that AOE effect.
Because it knocks you back. Yeah, I learned that the bad way, but I learned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, you can, because if you make him whiff it, it's punishable. Right? I can't block him. I can't block right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's usually when I go in, or when I have been going in, is after he like does his explode. But the issue is if I don't have a long enough string to like finish him, and he's in that, he does the like screen wide slash followed by a super that like one shots me.
Oh yeah, you mean this?
Yeah, and I'll jump in just so you can like see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you mean like this one?
Yeah, there's something that he can. I think it might just be because his sword gets longer the more gauge he has, or some shit like that.
Yeah, his swords get longer after he pops. So he probably does like this.
That right there, and fucking that right there. It's just like, oh, 310 damage. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad I played that round.
So the thing is, right here, like one, it's you could just chill. I would say a lot of times if you're already
because I'll do this as well. Like I'll try to do some walruses to like keep him out on his side.
Yeah, but the thing is, he can. I'm pretty sure he can super through that. I believe you do the walrus.
I don't know. Is it screen wide? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's not safe. Is that just complete? If I'm not blocking, it's going to connect.
No, you could block it. I would just green guard it because if you see that super, for example, just the animation, just faultless defense. It's like green guard because you see how much chip damage. Yeah. Because it does a lot of chip damage, right?
Right.
So you want to green guard it because green guard will force you not to take chip damage.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So you don't take no chip damage from there.
Gotcha.
Right. I usually just jump and air block, and then if I see him do the super, I would just green guard it because the only reason why they're doing the super is to put the mask back on because they can.
They want to get out of
the mask
that.
back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want to get out of stance and not lose half life or just pop in blood, right?
Yeah.
So another thing is that if you're not already punishing him because the opponent did bad blood management, then what I would do is just normal jump, double jump because you try to get through this normal because you want to try to hit him while he's in that desperation stance. Because most likely, if the player would be like, damn it. They were going to be mentally like frustrated because they pop their blood, they're losing so much health, and they're scared to lose even more health when they're getting hit.
Right. Okay.
Right.
That makes sense.
So that's something. So but don't rush forward by like on the ground because obviously his normals
he can just
are gonna,
connect. Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to do this and kind of like put you in this position, right?
Right.
And try to connect with super. But you want to jump. Against him, you want to jump. And the thing to note against Nagayuki for character knowledge is that Nagayuki does not have an air dash, and he does not have a double.
Gotcha. So he can't really stay.
Well, he has no mobility.
Gotcha.
So he relies on staying on the ground and trying to like use these like sword normals everything, and it's very hard for him because he has to commit. And if you force him to commit, right, and you like double jump your way into him, you're gonna get a combo. Because if you double jump and I whip this normal, you can come down with heavy slash and smack me.
Oh, you mean that right there? Even though But if you delay it, it's still gonna connect, right?
Yeah, but the thing is,
they're not.
It's it's
you
very
gotta train
hard.
them into that essentially.
Yeah, it's very hard for Nagayuki to use this as a whiff punish tool.
Yeah.
Because most likely they're assuming that you're holding them. Right. Because it's such a long start of normal. They can't just be like, oh look, I reacted, and then I'm gonna do that. Like, it's not possible. Most likely they're gonna use 6P if they don't use this move.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's pretty much Nagayuki in a nutshell right there.
Sure.
So just avoid the, you want them to pop blood because that's free damage on their own, right? At that point, you're like, oh, that's easy damage. I can convert here, and I'm able to just get free, pretty much make him lose life at that point. This is it.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. I'm trying to think if there was any other character stuff or just general stuff. I guess to go over homework, it was the combo to Red RC
Dolphin,
after Dolphin.
Yep. Combo Red RC to Dolphin.
Yeah. Well, now I can't even. That's too slow.
Well, you gotta make sure. Yeah, but you want to make sure you did the forward as well too.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Can you forward in any RC?
You can forward in any RC, yes.
And do you have to do it before? Like just RC? When are you doing forward there?
You gotta do it fast. Just think of it as like you're starting your run.
Oops.
See, the thing is, what you're doing is you're stopping. You're doing forward and stop. You want to still be in the drift motion, because that's why it's called drift.
Huh. And now I can't. Even if I'm like holding down dash, it's not. I feel like I'm just not getting the input correct.
So don't try not to press the dash button. Just tap the direction on the joystick 2 times.
Before RC or after RC?
You want to do forward, and then RC.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And then that frees you up to move freely. Okay.
Yeah, it just pushes you closer.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you can go directions. You can go up as well. You can go down. You can go back and forward. So there's 4 directions of RC you can go for.
So
you just want to make sure you tap. You want to make sure you tap the motion. You want to tap the direction before you hit Roman cancel.
Okay. I think it's just one of those things where I'm gonna have to like practice.
Yeah, just make sure that the direction comes first.
Yeah.
Right, so that's homework for you.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you land a lot of dolphins. A lot of just straight Totsugeki straight up.
But I never follow it up. It's just this is the follow up is another dolphin.
That's your follow up. Yeah, that's your follow up.
I land one. Okay, let's see if I can get a second. Oh, a second one? No, they didn't block that one. Let's just keep going. Yeah.
Right, and that's not even guaranteed for it to hit, right? So you want to make sure that you're dealing, because we want to teach you how to deal more damage, right?
Get more out of my
combos. Yeah. So you want to do more damage. So that's 1. 2. How's the command grabs?
So command grabs, I can do them sometimes. A lot of times it turns into that. I haven't really done them. I haven't done them enough because I started to get so successful at just like the, this combo or whatever. And I was like, oh shit, I want to take this online. And like did it against the CPU, like you said, bumped the difficulty up to like 70, 80, was doing it consistently. Went online, did it against the first person that I fought, and was like, this is the greatest game ever made. This is fantastic. Like I popped off. Then I kept doing it. Then I started doing it more on stream, and I was like, I need to practice command grabs. So the biggest thing with the command grab is I can't do it every single time. And like my chat was telling me yesterday, it's because I was hitting kick on forward instead of on down forward. And so like knowing that, it's starting to come out a little bit better, but it's still not good. It's still not good.
Yeah, just try it again.
And I've also done the thing where like I'll look at my inputs to see where I fucked up. I'm just hitting kick too late is essentially I think my biggest problem.
Okay, and also like I said, you can also take your time. So let me show you how long it can be.
Okay.
Because I was telling you, like motions in this game, like I think a lot of misconception is that a lot of people think like specific things needs to be done fast all the time.
Right.
And a lot of times people don't realize that you can actually take your time with just like performing specials. Combos, sure, there obviously has a timing to it.
Yeah.
Like the Dolphin RC, you have to be fast. But special moves in general, you can really just take your time. See, even if I'm hitting forward and I still get like my command grab, but I can really just like wait and try to see. I'm gonna try to wait as much as I can. Right? I'm not trying to do it like fast. Right? This is fast.
Right.
Right? But I'm doing a like really like more on a slower side.
Yeah. Okay. It's definitely like I'm also better on. I think I'm better on left side than I am right side, but I'm trying to like go alternate so I don't get better at one side, right? And don't always practice on one side.
No, it makes sense because I'm better on the right side when doing like special move, for example, and I'm weaker on the left side. There you go. That's nice.
Yeah. It's definitely nice when it connects. I just need to do it in a match. Like I was saying, this into that feels safe, whereas that doesn't for me at the moment. And I think that's just a confidence thing, because I just don't throw it out as often.
Yeah, just to do that string. So one, you're plus there, right? You're definitely in advantage in that situation. So just think of it as like, okay, it's a block string and it's also a hit.
Right.
Right.
It's
so
also
that's the one thing that you just have to remember.
There's also like fear of also what was that a 4-hit just then that I just randomly threw out? Can you throw another button in there?
Yeah, well that's more you can only do that during block.
Oh, that only happens when they're blocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is if I block like this though, you won't get it. This pushes you away.
Oh, I didn't realize that faultless pushes you away. Okay.
Yeah, flawless defense. Let's say if some characters are pressuring you too much, then you could use this to like kind of push them away further to have a more better sense of like what's happening.
So, that's okay. That's my brain. Still on the old keys.
You're thinking it's Roman cancel.
Well, no, it's my brain on the old binds where I'm hitting Roman cancel there because usually for flawless defense, I would hit all 4 of my buttons, which was the top 4, which is that. Wait, but I just need to do this.
Why would you hit 4? So flawless defense, you just need 2 buttons.
But you have to have meter, right? I thought it was 3.
Yeah,
okay. So I'll just do this. Buttons. Gotcha.
Yeah, it just drains a lot of your bar. So you want to like, kind of like do it like this, where it's like let go here, stuff like that.
And that's only useful against blocking supers, right? Because supers will still do chip. Some supers will still do chip, or
all supers do chip and all special moves do chip. So you can avoid chip damage from those 2 scenarios.
Okay.
And you can also push back like block string. So for example, like just block low and then do green guard.
Okay.
See? So like that
it'll just shove them off. Okay.
You see, it pushes me back really far.
That'll be helpful against like Leo and Leo, Geo, and Millia in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
if they're in a corner.
Yeah, just make sure you against Leo. Just remember, like you want to look for that.
The grab.
The cross the move to go for the grab.
Yeah. Yep. Right? Okay. And then we didn't necessarily talk too much about Geo, but is Geo and Millia kind of same school of thought? I feel like Geo can just combo you to oblivion, and they also just constantly they do that like weird flurry kick bullshit to connect everything.
Okay. We'll actually do this real fast.
Okay.
Because Geo's pretty simple to understand. It's just you just have to follow rules. It's kind of like Leo, follow rules. So we'll go Geo.
Are you
Because a Geo
I like
definitely
how
blew me up today, right before. That was who I was fighting when he joined the call before we started the show.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was stuck in a corner, just nonstop.
So okay, so let's say you're in a corner, right?
Yeah.
And then just block low. So then they'll do like this, right? For example.
Yep. And then there's usually an overhead at the end of that, right?
No, so this is a special move. If they cancel, they would have to be that.
Okay, because that
Right, they would
I'll
have
do
to
this,
cancel
and
the
then they go to cancel, and I'll stand up. So I understand the blocking rhythm a little bit, but it's still just monstrous. Like I just constantly get comboed on by her.
So this is negative. So if you block low, and then just block low. After this, it's your turn.
Gotcha.
Right?
Okay.
Right, and then if you see her do overhead, you can press 6P. You can interrupt it.
Oh, you can interrupt the overhead if she goes for it. Okay.
Yeah. So let's try it.
Oh fuck. Okay, that's a game changer. That
Body,
gets her the
right?
fuck off me. Yeah. Yeah.
Right, and then you can also do the same thing for this move.
That's punchable as well.
Yep.
Oh shit. Okay. All right.
Right, because if you block this move, she's plus. It's still her turn.
Right. But if
So
you
you-
punch
so you-
it,
so
then-
you- So you can punch it, right? The one thing you have to realize, which is very scary, is if you just block, is this button. This button is plus. So she could do this, or she could do this, and then go into grab.
Gotcha.
Right? But let's say if you try to interrupt that, you'll get hit by that because that's a 50-50 miss.
So,
so
that's just I have to
the-
guess. Let's
Yeah,
guess,
in that scenario, what you want to do is you want to green guard. Follow
Oh,
Steve,
okay.
Right? Because then you see that the second hit whips. See
So,
that?
is green guard the solution to 50-50? If you don't feel like
Green-
guessing?
Well, the green guard's not the solution to 50-50, but it's a solution to like a lot of characters' abusable strings.
Like, well, even I was gonna say like Nagos, where he can either command grab you on the third hit of that combo or like go low. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, so Nog.
But
is
I
a
also,
50-50 character.
I've also, when Nagos were doing that, I was hitting between the third move. I was just doing that, and it was interrupting. And Nagos
Yeah.
were just getting absolutely destroyed just because of that in that second combo, because they all do that same combo at that
No,
rate.
yeah,
But-
he's a 50-50 character where he wants to force the scenario because he wants the command grab because it lowers his blood gauge, right?
right.
The number one thing that they want to land is making sure that if I can land this command. Think of it as like if he lands the command grab, then he has access to more moves, and you don't want that. You don't want to give him the opportunity to give him more moves because right now I think the number of moves that he can do before he pops is 6 or 7.
Okay.
Right? But it obviously reduces depending on how the sword hits and if he lands the command grab.
Right. Right. Okay. All right. I think that let's go over homework real quick. So we're doing this red
Yeah.
with the
Dolphin,
dash
yeah.
after.
Yeah, dolphin roaming cancel combo, and then also try to land command grabs in matches, right?
Yeah.
And get a combo from there because you don't want to be comfortable with just doing overhead or just standing slash and heavy slash. Because what if somebody just blocks, right? They just block more stuff. And then how are you gonna open them up, right?
Yeah.
Work on using the grabs more, like grabs and then holding run.
I'm definitely dude. After I spent this entire week just fucking getting thrown around, right? And the fact that I know you can just run at people and press it at the last second rather than stopping and then doing it, like I think that's a game changer.
Yeah, so add that to your game.
Yeah.
Using more 6Ps against like a lot of the airborne moves, because a lot of the moves that you had trouble with.
It's all airborne shit.
Yeah, it was all airborne stuff that could be snuffed out by 6P.
Yeah.
Also, go into training mode and condition your eyes to stop like those annoying moves like Leo's cross up, so you can be more aware of it in scenarios. Because even though you know now you can grab it, you won't. I don't think it's possible unless you practice just to
see it.
To see it more often that you'll be able to grab it.
Yeah.
Right. Same thing with Potemkin as well. With like because you're still kind of scared of Potemkin, right?
Oh, I'm terrified. That
body.
motherfucker.
Oh.
That's who I see in the middle of the street in a dark alley. Is fucking Potemkin, man. It's scary as
So
shit.
you want to make sure you can count it Mega Fist, right? The double Mega Fist thing that you were talking about. Grabbing the hammer fall after like slide head hammer, and then he does the dash punch, grabbing that as well.
Yeah.
So those scenarios, make sure you practice that in training mode because there is a thing in training mode where you can set, it's called, I think, counterattack settings, right? And then you can set them up to do the special moves on block after they block a specific.
Okay. All right.
So you can set the computer to just do the move automatically, and you can visually just, okay, this is where it's going to come out. I'm going to be ready for it, and the more you're ready for it, the more you'll be able to, when you go online, you'll be able to stop those.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I think that is it. We should probably do, we got about 20 minutes left. We'll do some more questions like we did last week. But before we get to that, Justin, I told you I'd find the clip. My mods did it. We're going to watch you decimate me in front of some other fighting game legends here.
Okay.
I can't believe you did this to me. I can't believe you did this.
It's funny, man.
Can't believe you did this.
He had his 4 attack buttons on the top 4. Punch, kick, slash, heavy slash. And then on the bottom was dust, and then Roman cancel, dash, and burst. So I was like, yo, you are so keyboarding up right now.
I'm like, we're using every button. No button left behind.
Jesus. My man got he got the face buttons on top of the controller. That's wild.
I was like, when he told me, I was like, no wonder you're not really getting these combos because it's so hard to reach them.
How you doing combos like this, bro? How you doing combos like this? My man's playing the trumpet.
You guys hit all of these buttons?
My man's playing the trumpet.
I was like, whoa, that was crazy. I was so surprised. But then I gave him default Guilty Gear, like OG buttons with the dash button in the middle. Yeah. And then now he's using that setup now.
Bro, you put the dash button. Wait, so you play dash button in the middle?
I put the dash button on the medium. This is he had
there you go.
He had his 4 attack. I'm just saying, man, it was.
It's all good.
I think you might be the only person to have that button scheme in the world.
I don't. Yeah, I will say that I feel a lot more comfortable on this. But I don't know. I don't have any other. I don't have an answer for that. All right, I got body. I'm just gonna walk away and I'll lick my wounds and fight another day after that one.
I'm just saying that you were able to get the combo right after we changed it.
100%. I found success after we found the buttons. Yeah, without a doubt. I'll for people curious, these are the button settings. If you're at all, these are like, I almost think that these are close to default.
These are default, pretty much.
Yeah. Except for the there's a dash macro, and Roman and Psych Burst as well. And then I bound on the giant like center, what would be the center button on a PlayStation DualShock 4 or whatever. That's the reset button. So
yeah.
So there you go.
Wait, how do you the reset button? Isn't it your reset? Because you have a combo, right?
Yeah, my reset is the big fat button up here.
Yeah.
At the top.
Okay, it's the share button.
Yeah. Well, is that the share? No, it's this one right here, like this giant button right here.
Yes, it's not the share button.
I thought, is that share? I thought that there was a dedicated share.
I don't know. I call it the share button. It is what it is.
I don't have any PS4s here. I only have the PS4 or PS5 controllers. Anyways, let's do user questions. If you guys have questions for Master Wong about some of your matchup woes or anything like that, feel free to type them in chat, both in his chat and my chat, as we are streaming to both channels. If you have any on your channel, Justin, that you want to answer, feel free to take it away. I think my chat's
it's called a touchpad.
Oh, it's a touchpad. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
Touchpad.
That makes sense.
But yeah, Frozen Husky said, wait, you can just grab the hammer? And I was like, yes, you can just grab the hammer. It looks very threatening, Potemkin's Hammerfall Punch, but it's definitely, you can just grab it. And a lot of people didn't know about it, and yeah, just trying to spread awareness that there are moves that are not impossible to beat.
Zero Fear says, any tips for dealing with heavy defenders? People that are just constantly blocking, I guess is what he's saying.
So against heavy defenders, they can always block attacks, right? Let's say if they're very good at blocking attacks, that doesn't mean they can block grab, because you cannot block a grab. Grab in this game is so strong.
It's absurd.
The reason why grabs are so strong is because, one, it's 2 frames startup. And what that means is, it comes out very, very, very fast. The fastest thing that comes out in this game. So a lot of times, like you can grab on wake up, you can grab during like pressure, as well, and grabs do a crap ton of damage. Eventually, like these grabs add up, right? And it's very hard to tech as well. Teching a grab is not easy, so your success rate of actually landing a grab is successfully high. And if your character has a command grab, which a lot of characters do in this game, spend that command grab. Because, like, say for Mei, for example, she can combo from the command grab in the corner, right? If you're a Zato player, Zato's when you land a command grab, your Zato bar refills automatically, right? Soul is just, I mean, it does so much damage. Potemkin does so much damage. So grab is definitely the answer against heavy defenders.
Yeah. Someone watched the 10v10. I did as well. If you're at all curious, definitely go watch the 10v10 that happened last Saturday. That was on, oh God, what channel was that on?
Apology Man.
Apology Man. Yeah, it was NA versus Japan. It was very, very interesting. If you want to see Deb's soul just fucking go bonkers at the end of that, it was exciting. But Lord Goober wants to know, what about Nage's Faust gave you trouble? Was it the connection being trash, or was it just the pure randomness? Because, like, I'll be honest, I've watched a lot of Nage, and, like, he seems to play a little bit different Faust than other Faust. He seems to be built differently.
No, so pretty much, it's a funny story. So he was the only Faust in Japan team, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling Kizzy K the other night, I was like, bro, if I get matched up with Nage, I'm going to get smoked. I literally told him this, right? So I'm like, I hope that I do not get matched up with Nage. And the reason why is because I haven't studied the Faust matchup yet. Because I haven't fought an expert Faust yet, or sat in like training mode to learn how to fight Faust, or asked the Faust player to play me in a long set to learn the matchup yet. So that's why I was very uncomfortable against the character. Even though Faust is a very bad character in this game, if you don't know a matchup, then you're still going to get run over, even if it's like the worst character in the game or a lower tier character in the game. But I do believe Mei smokes Faust. Just from me playing those two games.
Yeah.
It's just more of like, I need to understand what Faust does. Because if I don't know his mix-ups, what he does, then that's pretty much free damage on him.
Okay. I will say, Nage was scary as fuck in that tournament. Deb was scary as fuck. And we didn't get to see him much, but Fab, the Potemkin, he's a monster. He's a fucking monster, dude. he is the scariest Potemkin I've seen.
I don't think anybody can ever say that they want to like fight Fab in a tournament. I think Fab is one of those guys where like you hope that he does not make it to you.
He was scary, dude. Like I was riding the high of Deb, just like going off on all these different players, and then she went up against Fab, and it was like a fucking brick wall. He just didn't give a shit about Soul's moves, and just like grabbed him and just destroyed him. It was crazy.
So the thing about Fab is that Fab has been playing Potemkin since day one, even older Guilty games.
Yeah.
Even when the character is actually garbage, right? And he was still able to make these crazy comebacks, crazy wins happen, and prove people wrong that like, hey, if you love this character, you can still win with this character. So obviously, because Potemkin is stronger in Guilty Gear Strive, it's obviously going to be very easy for Fab to be on that same high level, right? Because he was playing when Potemkin was like the worst character in the game in the older Guilty Gear, so this is obviously going to boost him up in terms of the base.
Yeah.
And the same thing for Nage. Nage's been playing Faust since day one. He's like the Faust player, right? Like when you think of Faust, you think of Nage.
Right.
So same thing with Fab. You think of Potemkin, you think of Fab. So those two players being on that team was they were extreme character specialists.
Yeah. That makes sense. Some longer questions here from a couple members. Member Barry says, does Drift Red RC launch the opponent lower than non-Drift Red RC? I find I always dash under opponents with normal Red RC versus I can push them with dash if I Drift Red RC. Is this situational or a general rule?
So Drift RC is very situational. Mainly if you Drift RC and you're in the corner, it's probably more of a side switch combo, right? Which is completely fine. But naturally, you always want to drift RC because sometimes, depending on the RC, you're going to be stuck in midair, and you don't want to be stuck in midair because your character has to land, and then you have to like dash forward and forward. But if you drift RC, you avoid that recovery from regular roaming cancel, and then you're able to complete the combo. The only time it drift RC or regular RC does not matter is if you land in the corner.
Okay.
Right? Because I feel like if I do this move, let's see, what's a good move? Like this move, right? I'm in the air, right? And I have to wait for the land. But if I drift RC down, I'm down there faster.
Sure.
Right? So you always want to drift RC as long as, like, let's say if you want to side switch to put the opponent in the corner, or if you're mid-screen and you want to get close to the opponent. Because if you drift RC like here, for example, like you can go to the other side, right? But the thing is, you want to like make sure that you push the opponent at a situation where they're close to the wall, right? And then you could break the wall from there, right? Because the thing is, you can push the character while they're floating in the air during RC, and then you can have a higher chance to break the wall. Because your whole goal is to always break the wall to get the meter bonus, so you could keep continuing using RC.
Gotcha. Okay. Any questions from yours? I've got one or more too, or one or two more from my chat, but we'll definitely take some from yours as well.
They're more talking about like grabs, like grabs are so cheap.
Okay, sure. Sounds like me. Middle of last week.
They're like, well, I've been thrown so much on wake up.
Yeah.
And now I know for a fact you can be thrown faster than you could put out a jab. I've also been thrown mashing backdash. So yeah, it's just
crazy. Throws are crazy.
So fast.
Yeah.
Should you drift? Should you drift RC down after dolphin on block? Normally, I always just do drift RC forward because I just want to push the opponent to the corner as soon as possible. Because one, if I'm pushing the corner, then I could use the forward heavy punch. I could use the full anchor to kind of put them in a stagger block animation, and then crank up their wrist gauge from there. So my goal is to always crank your wrist gauge, and then if I get the hit in the corner, it's going to do like 80%.
Yeah. Do you have any tips versus Ino? Or sorry, do you have any tips as Ino versus Mei? Or Eno versus Mei?
Oh, Eno versus Mei. Like you're the Eno player.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna. I'm sorry to tell you this. I actually think Eno's the worst character in the game. So that's one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think so. Just because her mobility is kind of whack, right? Her air mobility is very lacking, especially when she's in the air, because she doesn't have a run. She doesn't have a good way to get to the ground as fast. She's only opening you up. But what's really good against Mei, if you're for that specific matchup, is obviously you can 6P. I know people have told you 6P is always the answer for everything, right? Especially with Mei's Totsugekis.
Yeah.
So if you do not want to rely on that, use the Chemical Romance. What's the Chemical Romance is what? Quarter circle back kick, that little giant fireball thing she does in the air.
That not the fireball, not the note. She flips.
Yeah, that lashes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do that move a lot because it covers so much ground, and it forces the opponent to crouch block. Right? It forces the opponent to stop advancing forward, and it stops also air mobility. And because Mei is a mover, she moves a lot. You should be using that move very often, because if you use that move often, you can stop Mei from doing a lot of things in general. But besides that, when you are full screen away, shoot the fireball. Your fireball will beat her walrus, a volleyball. So that's always good. You can use that as a way to get in. And then from there, when you're fighting against Mei, you have to really just pay attention to when the person is using Totsugeki. Because from there, you can actually challenge, right? You can use the 6P into a special move and then knock them down, and you can start the pressure from there.
Makes sense. Mujana asks, and this one, just understanding what I do about Nago, I am curious what your answer is here. How do you get in on Axel as Nago? I spend life to get in, only to get pushed back constantly.
So Nago's, obviously he's lacking in the mobility option, right? What I would do as a Nago is really rely on the super jump, right? His super jump mobility forward is his only mobility besides command dash, but you don't want to use command dash too often because it uses blood rage, right? It uses blood. So you want to use the super jump to get in, and don't forget to wait for your turn. Axel's one of those characters that he's definitely a beginner killer. So if you don't know, and if you don't know like fighting games too much, you're gonna get just smoked by Axel. But if you just jump and block, eventually the Axel player is gonna make a preemptive button. And when he does a preemptive button, it has whiff recovery. So when you see that button whiff, that's when you go in with the special with a command dash or that the backwards crouching slash move that he advances forward, right? And also you want to make sure that if you throw a shadow clone, you cancel the shadow clone into the command dash, and that is your turn. It's your plus there in that scenario where you can force a 50-50, because Nago's 50-50 up close is very strong in this game. You want to make sure you improve on that and make Axel pay once you get in, because obviously he wins round one fight. He's winning, right? Round one fight, right? He's winning because the range, the gap, and he's gonna push you out.
Yeah.
But once you get in the mid game or the late game, that's where the comebacks or your momentum goes in your favor.
Cool. Got one last question from your chat. I think we're good for time after that.
Let's see.
Someone's asking for DLC character predictions in my chat. I think some of that stuff was leaked, but we don't know who the first one is, I don't think.
I think it's leaked. But personally, if I had to say who I want, I would love Biken. Yeah, Biken, she's a one hand female boss, pretty much.
Okay. Does she just use hands? Was she use a sword? What she got?
She's one-handed, and she uses a sword on the other hand.
Oh, sick.
But she's she throws mechs. Like, she literally throws mechs. To you. She has this mats. Like a mat on the floor.
Oh.
You know how cartoons.
Like, she just throws mats at people.
No, like she steps on the mat and the mat pops up like if you step on a wooded creek and in the cartoon and it's supposed to pop up in your face.
Oh, okay.
Like a plank, right?
Interesting. Yeah, I heard mechs and I was like, Justin, she's out here throwing Gundams? What the fuck are you telling me? What the fuck is this character?
No, I mean there is technically kind of a Gundam in the game. His name is Justice. Hope he never comes in the game, but he literally looks like a Gundam.
Oh god. Okay. I want to see the. So I have not watched. I have planned to. I've just been really busy. I have not watched any of the story, both in this game and prior Guilty Gears. I know that it's batshit insane. I really want to know what's inside that coffin.
Dude, I think it's Slayer, man.
That I heard you saying that the other day on the show. I just want to know what's in that coffin. I want to know how that guy fights. I think he's like such an interesting character in terms of just appeal and look. Yeah. I have no idea how he's gonna fight though.
I haven't played story mode yet as well, but it's something people tell me it's good.
It's like 6 hours. I
definitely want to check it out.
Of like just straight anime, like straight animation.
Wow.
So
okay.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty cool. I've heard some crazy shit happens. Yeah, we're referencing Gold Lewis if you want to image search him for the chatters. But anyways, I think that's it for our 2 hours. So we will call that an episode. The production is leveled up. You now have a shout out screen, Justin. Where can people check you out? What's going on? I know you're a busy man. I know you're in a billion tournaments. Where can people check you out? Please let the people know.
You could check me out on Twitter. I post a lot on Twitter at JWong3Gs. I stream maybe 2 hours, 3 hours a day sometimes on JWong3G. It's very inconsistent. I would say I'm consistent, but I'm not consistent. Like, not like you. You are very consistent when it comes to streaming. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Content's on YouTube, youtube.com/Justin Wong. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory at this point.
Awesome. Do you know when your next event is? What are you planning next? What's your tournament count off first? I saw a couple articles that you were putting up on Twitter. What's your current online record? for tournament wins?
So my current online record is 75 wins out of 100. My goal is to get 100 tournaments in 1 year. So we got 75. And pretty much every Monday I ask on Twitter, what's the online tournaments for the week?
Okay.
Right? And that's kind of where I enter. So I'm just still looking forward. I think the next tournament is going to be on Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday. I'm just trying to find, I would say, tournaments that I know that will finish early. Because, man, some of the tournaments I've been entering for Guilty Gear Strive, they have been like 7 hours.
There's a lot of
and
people
I'm
playing,
like,
man.
oh.
People want to get in on that, right?
It's just it takes too long because they want to stream everything, and I understand. But man, it's hot over here, right? And right in Vancouver, there's a heat wave going on.
Sure.
And on Sunday, oh my God, I was dying.
I heard it. Do you have AC? Any sense of AC? You have window units?
I have a portable AC.
Oh my God, dude. I had a friend, or have a friend, not had a friend, that sounds bad. I have a friend that lives in the Seattle area, and she was sitting in like, I think it was like 108 or 109 temperature, and was just like, she couldn't play on her PC because it was overheating. Like, that's how hot it was.
Yeah.
They could not use electronics. It was awful.
I was sweating.
Yeah.
I was sweating so hard. And the crazy part is because the weather's not supposed to be like this. That's from what people told me in Vancouver. And most places in Vancouver actually do not have AC.
Yeah.
But I told my wife that, hey, if I'm moving up here, I need an AC. So we got one a while back, right? This portable, tiny one.
Sure.
But even then, it can only do but so much.
Right. Yeah. I get it. Well, stay cool. Stay inside. It's too hot. Make sure you drink a lot of water.
Mhm.
Those are my life pro tips. I will work on all the combos as my dog is now trying to destroy and eat everything on my desk. And we'll come back next Tuesday. I think in terms of like the actual show, I like the idea of me writing notes. It was able to it helped build the show in terms of everything. Yeah.
That was good.
Maybe we'll do some live matches where I just start queuing up online or something. You can sit here and critique me as I'm playing or something if we don't. Don't fill the 2 hours.
We can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could do that. We can also play some matches on like matchups as well if you're still having trouble with some of them.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So that we can get used to that as well, and then making sure you do more damage because like you get a lot of good hits, right? You just leave it on the table sometimes.
Yeah.
You just want to incorporate more big hits.
For sure. That's definitely the plan. Cool. All right. That will do it then for Fight Me. Ollie, do you want to say goodbye? My dog loves being on camera. Oh, want to go? What are you doing, buddy? You just want food. He just wants to be fed, right?
Oh my God, that dog is so cute.
That's all.
Like it looks. He look. Is it he?
Yeah.
He looks like a dog from like a children's book.
He is a giant teddy bear, without a doubt.
Yeah, like a children's book.
Yeah. He's a little crazy. VODs will be up on my YouTube channel later tonight. If you want to go back and watch episode 1, by all means, it is already up. And we'll be back next Tuesday with more of Fight Me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, both on my channel and on Justin's. And if you're not following Justin's channel, or you're not following my channel, please feel free to click the follow button. On the break screen here, it should have a button that appears where you can just click follow for both of us. So that's that. We're out of here. Thank you so much.
See ya.
Bye-bye. You got to say bye-bye now, like May. That's who we are.
Bye-bye.
There you go.